This is the D-Generation Clix podcast with your hosts,
Who is Ravage?
Ryan Ruffman,
Ravage.
Hand me that bottle cap.
Miles Kane,
Hand me that paperclip. Grab that twine. Gun wrapper.
Daniel Schwab,
We
best friends,
Asgard to mouth.
and Pete.
'Cause I'm just me.
Welcome back to the D-Generation Clix podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me as always are Miles, Dan, and Pete. Miles, how's the week been?
It's been going pretty good. I can't really complain too much. Doing some more job searching while I'm on unemployment. Trying to actually get a real job.
Those are good.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, what about you?
My weeks haven't stopped, so it's going to carry on like this until after the cliX event in Indiana. So I think I'm going to be really tired after that trip.
Just busy?
Yeah, I think I've worked 80 hours in the past 5 days or something like that. Something stupid.
It's a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Pete, what about you? What have you been up to?
I had a good week. We played our monthly game, which we'll talk about, and that's always a good time to get together with everybody and play some Hero Clicks. And then made it back to the old store. I think it's 2 weeks in a row now, so we get to 3. That's called a streak. So we'll see how that goes for next Monday.
Always nice to have you there. And now joining us for the first time is Christine. Christine, how are you doing?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be here tonight, and I'm doing great. We had an awesome weekend. Saw the new Venom movie, and that was really good. And then played our big monthly game, and that was really cool too.
And it might come to everyone as a shock, but that's exactly what I did as well. Great. So in news, they did delay Black Panther due to shipping delays, so it will not be in stores until October 30th is planned, or it won't be in stores October 30th is planned. No official announcement has been made, but the release date could be pretty much whenever now, but it's not actually getting officially pushed back. So as soon as it gets in stores, it should be sold. It should still be at the Red, White, and Clix event, though, in 2 weeks. So if you want to get your hands on it, definitely try to make it there. That is the 2-day event happening in Lafayette, Indiana at the National Guard Armory. It's Saturday, November 9th and Sunday the 10th. Proceeds go to the Veterans Mary T. Klinker Veterans Resource Center. They're having food for $10, pulled pork, hamburgers, and soda. And then Pete, do you want to tell us about, or Dan, do you want to tell us about Saturday?
Yes, of course. I'd love to talk about Saturday. So Saturday is the modern event. It's 300 modern. There's a $40 entry fee. So there hasn't been an official decision on Black Panther being legal yet, so they'll be announcing that by this weekend. There's for the participation prizing, it's the Brood, the Pegasus Captain America, and the Parademon. Top 16 get the a Black Panther booster and 7 Connellys. Top 8 get 2 Black Panther boosters and 8 Connellys. Then third and fourth get 5 boosters of Black Panther and 8 Connellys. Second gets second gets a full Black Panther brick, both Peacemaker Iconics, Black Panther Chase booster, Deadpool Weapon X Chase booster, and 8 Connellys. And then the grand prize is a case of Black Panther, both Peacemaker Iconics, Black Panther Chase booster, the Deadpool Weapon X Chase booster, and 8 Connellys. They'll also be holding Supercharged Sealed during that, which is a $45 entry fee, it consists of Black Panther, or hopefully Black Panther, and Deadpool Weapon X. Prizing is Snake Draft for that. And then Battle Royals are $20, which is, they also want to use Black Panther, and then the same thing as prizing is Snake Draft. It looks like there's also is that Bibles, Connolly's play at home kits, and Jurassic boosters? Or am I?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's extra prize, and it's going to get thrown into the BRs. Is the Connolly's, the play at home kits, and the Jurassic boosters. So.
All right, and then Miles, you want to tell us what's going on Sunday?
Yep. Sunday we have the 3-person team sealed, which will be $150 per team, using Black Panther. Looks like all there is placements for the top 4. So 3rd and 4th place will each get each player will get 2 Black Panther boosters, and then 3 Peacemaker Iconics. 2nd place will be 5 Black Panther boosters each, so a brick for 2nd place total. Jurassic booster each, and Deadpool Weapon X Chase boosters each, and the grand prize. Each winner will get the Black Panther Chase boosters, a Jurassic booster, Deadpool Weapon X Chase booster, and each will get a brick of Black Panther. So in case it goes to the winner.
Yeah, Wes has put a lot of time into trying to get prizing for this, so it really is prized out pretty nice. So if you can make it, definitely try to. Pete, there's still more. Do you want to tell us about that?
This is a pretty amazing event, so congratulations to Wes for putting this on. There are raffles all day, $5 per ticket, or you can get yourself a little deal and get 5 tickets for $20, but you must be present for prizing. Raffle prizes include bricks, Connelly's, play-at-home kits, gift cards to restaurants, factory sets, and a lot more. And then there will be additional prizes will be awarded for multiple fellowship types, veterans for this travel, and some other stuff. And then there's trophies for the top 2 of each event. And then Wes said they will also have Connelly's on hand for sale, including Deadpool and Friends High Five, League of Super Pets, Batman of Zur-NR, DC Darkseid, Darkseid, and Deceased Catwoman. That's solid, man. Good
Well,
job.
you forgot the most important raffle. What someone can win.
Do you want to tell us about that, Miles?
Yes, so please, everyone, this is going to be the grand prize. I know it's probably not going to be picked last, but honestly, it's probably the most important one to win. And that is to be a guest on Tide to Tide with Aquamiles. So,
Hold on. I was not going to go because I did not know that was a prize, but now I will be rearranging all of my holiday schedule to make this happen if I can be on with Aquamiles.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you or anybody else needs to up their HeroClix notoriety. Are you on the fence? You want to be Clix famous? You want people to know you? Tide to Tide.
That's awesome. So this really does seem like a don't miss event. It already has 65 people signed up, which is awesome. And I think we have like 6 or 7 teammates making the trip. So like I said, if you can make it, definitely try to go. This last weekend, though, was our monthly championship.
Hold on.
What? Oh, you
Hold
have an update for us.
I have news.
All right.
I do. We're going to call it the Bookwood Report instead of the Book Report. This week, Bookwood only made one purchase. It was the upcoming Legacy Black Panther. Now, I do also have to give Bookwood a compliment. On Monday, he did go 3-0, beating some stiff competition. He wanted me to mention that. So congratulations, Bookwood, on your great
About
success
winning,
on Monday.
He also wanted me to tell everyone that.
Swamp Thing, you are amazing.
Great.
That's it. That's all I got.
Okay.
That was a riveting update.
It was.
Thank you.
All right. This last weekend, though, was our Invitational Championship that we do each month. October was Monster.
The following is a last man standing match.
A last man standing match. Last man standing. A last man standing match.
Last man standing tonight.
So no special rules on this one this month. It was just 4 ancient hold maps all put together, which I think honestly was less restricted than an actual just one ancient hold map. What do you guys think about that?
I was a lot less restrictive than one ancient hold map.
You were still able to hide in a nice little corner, though, right? For most of the game?
Yeah, all game. All game.
How
are
listen,
your s'mores?
There was no s'mores. I was making my moves the whole way down the hallway. Okay.
The
it
back
was a
hallway.
very scary environment.
Back hallway, yeah.
It's a very scary environment. There were monsters all over, so I was just making sure I was safe.
Yeah, like a little pee.
Coming in seventh place was the champion going in, Matt Looper. So he played the Masters of Time 047 Swamp Thing with Cthon on him, the Notorious Green Arrow with Spin Ring, the Black Lantern, Notorious Necron, and then the Carnage Captain America with the Black Symbiote, and Carnage with the Remaker ring, also from the Beyond Amazing sets. And then Harris played a Doomsday, which I think everyone was kind of afraid to come into contact with for most of the game. He played one of 4 Sky Tyrants that hit the map. He played Kong at 50 points. And then he played Lysidrax with the Sinestro core ring, which is a really cool play because he played the old one, not the legacy one. So he was actually able to basically get a map-wide prob every turn.
Sorry. That's not right.
What's that?
Harrison come in 6.
What did he come in?
He came in 4th. I think that might be Dan's team.
Shoot.
Duplicates.
Yeah. Dan, do you want to go over your team?
Sure, I can go over my team. So I ended up playing the old EarthX Venom Spider-Man at along with the Enchanted Crowbar, and I paid the 10 points for the Spider-Man ATA to actually give him the team ability. I played Doc Sasquatch with the Hell Cycle. I played Deadpool and Elsa with the Trick Arrows, and then I played the LE 100 Mole Man from Fantastic Four with the Spin Ring. And the Doctor lived 5 lives. It was great. He was just holding on for dear life against Sky Tyrant.
What was that last one that he needed to roll and missed? Was it a 4?
It was a 4. I rolled a 1, a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 6. So.
And on the final roll, didn't you roll a 3?
I did, yeah.
Felt like that 4 was coming up for the 6 3 5.
Yeah, I really wanted it just to have the 6 die on the card, or I was hoping for the whatever the tarot is that increases your D6 by +1, just so I could roll the 6 twice and have him live a 7th life, maybe.
Oh my gosh, it was a lot. It was a lot. I was tired from all that work I was doing on Doc Sasquatch.
Did she have all the KOs on him?
The KOs that she couldn't get revive tokens on, yes, pretty much. I think she's the only one that actually ever turned his dial.
How do you think the team played?
It's good, but the Venom Spider-Man is either he goes off and is amazing, or he doesn't, and I hit the 4 instead of the 5, and that's what happened. So, but I mean, I still Deadpool and Elsa lived a lot longer than they should have too. So,
yeah, they lasted pretty long still, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. El Jefe was clutch as per usual. He made my team live a lot longer than it should have.
Yeah, he's always amazing to have on the team. I think there ended up being 3 on the map.
Yep.
And then I came in 5th. I played the Rebirth Murder Machine with the Power Gem, who I have tried to make work a few times. He's always been on a few cuts of the team and always gets cut off on robots, stuff like that. So I finally tried to make him work. He, in fact, did not work. So it was 110 points of not much. And then I played the Sky Tyrant only at 50 points with the All Black Necro Sword, the Disney Plus Prime Iowa, who he was really fun to play. I was happy I actually finally got to play him. He was a ton of fun. And then Venom Magneto with the Cloak of Levitation for a little bit of extra movement. A Jeff the Landshark not generated by Deadpool and Elsa. And then the Orange Proteus from XDPS. So the idea was ideally to put Murder Machine back and forth next to the blocking terrain, blow through that, and then hopefully get some KOs. But it just did not happen. People just kind of knocked him off his higher clicks, and he just didn't do much. I had some other fun interactions that we'll go over with Iowa, though, that was pretty cool. But then coming in, I think 4th here was Harris. So it was the Doomsday that we mentioned. He played a 50-point Sky Tyrant, 50-point Kong, and then the original Lysidrax with the Sinestro core ring, who has the map-wide prob, which came in, I think, clutch quite a few times. And then he was actually the only person to play the Commissioner from Wonder Woman 80, which was surprising because he usually makes, I think, probably 3 teams in the monster games. And then Oliver, he played the Vengeance from Wheels of Vengeance with the Power Gem, a full point Sky Tyrant with the Soul Gem, And then Masters of Time Etrigan, the non-prime, and then a 006 Mr. Mind. And this kid went for chaos right away, so we'll get into that in a second here. But coming in second was Christine.
Yeah, so I played a full point Sky Tyrant with the Necro Sword, King Deadpool and Elsa Bloodstone with the Trick Arrows, Deceased Catwoman with the Power Gem, and Venom Magneto with the Dark Hold. I really liked my team. I had a blast playing this month, so.
How do you think it worked playing in all those pieces together?
I think it worked really well. Honestly, I used King Deadpool more for Jeff and the pizza probs than actually for an attacker, but Deceased Catwoman was awesome and Sky Tyrant's always amazing. So yeah, it was great.
Was that the first time that you played Deadpool and Elsa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What'd you think about them?
Yeah, I liked them. I didn't use them as attackers as much just because I had Sky Tyrant and Catwoman. So, but I loved being able to generate Jeff and do the probs. So.
Do you see yourself possibly playing either them or Catwoman in an actual competitive event? Because they all performed, I think, pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely do.
And that brings us to our new champion, Pete.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you tell us about your team?
I played the Iconics Thanos, Snap Thanos with the Soul Gem. I played X-Men Rise and Fall Blackheart with the Soul Sword. And I played the Dario Agger.
Which that guy shows up on a ton of teams still.
He's huge, honestly, especially when you get any monster that has power cosmic. He is the silver bullet for that situation. And so we can get into the game itself, but he's very, very underrated, and playing him with other things that you could mastermind too is really, really big. Thanos did not have his normal showing, and we'll get into that. But that was my team.
So it started off with we all kind of laughed at the survey, or what was it, a poll that we did in the beginning, because everyone voted either 1 or 2 turns or 3 or 4 turns for the most part. That would be the first main piece KO'd, and it ended up being the second turn, which is pretty crazy in these games. So I think it was Looper that kind of headed towards Oliver a little bit, or did Oliver head towards Looper first?
No, Ollie went right towards Looper and then told him he wasn't going to attack him with a Sky Tyrant next turn. So Looper didn't buy it. So Looper got aggressive.
And then he went in with his Green Arrow, Necron, and I think Black Lantern Swamp Thing, right? All at once.
Yeah, he got through a full point Sky Tyrant like turn 2. So
he one-turned him though, right? On turn 2.
Yeah, he one-turned him on turn 2.
Yeah, which was very crazy to see one of those guys drop so fast. And then I think he was not able to heal because he didn't put the grave terrain marker down right away. And then it came back around to Oliver, and Oliver was able to take out, what was it?
He took out Swamp Thing with his Vengeance and one-shotted him, right?
That's right. And then I think he also did Necron go down right away too?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you, okay. So that was a little bit later then. I kind of just moved a little bit more towards the middle of the map, and then I think Harris did also. Pete, you set up a campfire, I think, right?
I did not set up a campfire. I was just very conservative in how I was doing things. So it kind of turned into two, like, essentially, the map kind of split, like, left and right? Like, so it was like Dan, Christine, Ollie, and Matt, Looper, and then it was like me, Ryan Harris, and Redman. And so it's kind of a lot of like feints and like not getting directly involved, because the first time you expose yourself, all of a sudden you're getting attacked by 2 people. So Harris, and you engaged Harris first, didn't you?
I did, actually.
Yeah. Then once you turn Skynet on, you're in for it the rest of the day. So.
Well, I was able to take out a few things. I definitely wanted that Kong out of there pretty quick, and so I damaged him with Murder Machine. I think that was the best thing that Murder Machine did all day, was hit that. And then I was trying to set up something cool for Iowa, and he brought his Kong up and then Doomsday after that. And so Kong was a little bit weak. I was able to get him down to his stop click, and then I went in with I knocked his Doomsday with my Proteus so that I could get the the restraint tokens off of him. And then he could use Flurry. And so then I had Iowa copy Doomsday so that he could use Flurry. And then I did the full move charge and Flurry on him with Precision Strike, and Iowa was able to take out the Kong. So that was like the coolest thing that he did. And then he just kind of had to hang out. And then his retaliation was Sky Tyrant coming in. I hit a shape change on that and got to move him. But then Doomsday, he had how much damage? I think just enough to KO him. And so he had Battle Fury, shape change didn't matter, and he was able to just get rid of him right away. And then the rest of my team, I just kind of brought back a little bit. Or no, I lost my Sky Tyrant there too, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, you had some big plans for that Sky Tyrant, didn't you? Some pretty aggressive plans, I thought.
I did. He didn't.
How'd those
there
pan
was.
out?
He also did not perform.
There was some talks about people getting smashed in the face with swords.
Your wife,
names
your
were
son,
dropped.
Your best friend Pete.
Yep.
Two Finger Dan.
Yeah. Probably, I think everybody at the table, and it turned out that Sky Tyrant was a little. Let's just say he was a little limp.
Yeah, he underperformed. He definitely had some anxiety going into the match, I guess. I talked him up a little too much, so things did not turn out well.
Yeah, that wrestling promo did not pan out well for you at all.
You know, it happens to men as they get older sometimes. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, okay? You can go see a medical professional and get it taken care of, Sky Tyrant. It'll be fine.
So then...
Rubman is now Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. That's who you are.
Is who?
Jumpin' Jeff Farmer.
Who is that?
It's one of the most iconic promos.
Oh.
Just, yeah. Yep, YouTube it, and you'll be like, yep.
I don't trust anything that you tell me to YouTube, Miles. That's a lesson learned.
So he talks about this guy that turned his back on him, and he's going to beat him up, and then it goes to the next one. Well, it didn't go as planned. Yep, I got my butt kicked.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of what happened, actually. So after I lost the Sky Tyrant in Iowa, I brought my team back, and I just basically dragged the heart-shaped herb 3 maps towards...
Turns out...
Christine,
we were playing HeroClix. You were playing Gardner.
Yes.
that heart-shaped herb made it all the way across the board. You did talk about Ua getting to Kong, right?
Yeah. So he was able to take out Kong, which was
great.
pretty clutch. He was a lot of fun. If I can play him again, I will. I don't think his keywords are that great, though. I think it's like Monster and Cosmic. But he was a ton of fun as a Prime. No regrets there. And then after I left, surprisingly... Harris did not chase me down and finish me off. He went towards Pete. Do you want to tell us what happened there?
I engaged Harris, and you chose to run away. Let's not act like what happened. I blew through blocking and got rid of Harris's Sky Tyrant because I thought this is my one chance to get rid of it. So I one-turned it with Thanos, and I was feeling pretty good with Thanos standing there with a Soul Gem full dial. And Harris proceeded to one-turn Thanos. Now, he had to hit everything he had to hit, but I was like, I said to him even, there's something I'm not seeing here because I'm not sure how you're going to get through this piece in one turn, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. And then he proceeded to just go through it in one turn because that's what Harris does. So, yeah, it was not great for me.
You shot Skynet in the back. I don't know what you expect to happen there.
I didn't know what the worst part was, to have one more Sky Tyrant flying around the board, considering Christine was just stacking resurrection tokens on the other side of the board. So I was like, we got to get rid of this piece. I can't have Harris have Doomsday and that piece. So we did, and Thanos paid for it.
Pretty early on in the game.
And then Doomsday had a Soul Gem, which was even worse.
Yeah, that's right. So he was even scarier after that. But early on in the game, we had the 150-point Snap Thanos get one turned, a Black Lantern Swamp Thing get one turned, and then a full point Sky Tyrant get one turned. So it was very aggressive. And then Dan, I think you made it across pretty quick to join with Looper and Oliver, right?
The cool part about my team is I had a deceiving amount of mobility. So because I had the spin ring on Mole Man, and then he gives all my monsters a free 1 square move. So I was able to, because the Perplex card, the Perplex Tarot came up, and it works with Sasquatch. So I had Spider-Man was like a 12, or he had a 7 charge with a 14 attack, and so I came in on Looper. I took out, what was it? His Black Lantern Hal Jordan, I think.
Was it Carnage Captain America?
No, it was not Carnage Cap. I think he was already dead.
He had Green Arrow. Maybe Oliver took out Carnage Captain America then. He had Green Arrow and Necron also, and then regular Carnage.
Yeah. Yeah, Necron was already in the grave long before I got there, but I took out the Green Arrow and then but then proceeded to get swatted by Carnage after that because I missed both my rollouts.
Yeah, Carnage was brutal. He was just stacking those sixes, and he was either using them as senses or blade rolls, doing six. Is it exploit?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's exploit top dial for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, 6 damage blades exploit with Carnage was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so Spider-Man did not get to do his little fun trick because I was hoping to pull that off, but it's very inconsistent. So, but it was cool to just get the double perplex and have just like a massive charge over there after all the moving and like the TK with the spin rate it was like the move, the place, and then the TK to get him all the way over there.
And then I think Looper was kind of hanging on when Christine got over there. Do you remember what happened when you arrived on the scene?
You know, honestly, I made so many attacks in that little spot literally for hours all day. I don't know who I was hitting, who I was KOing, or what was going on.
You were tied up with Looper for a little bit, but then I tried to I thought I could get to you to try to get Sky Tyrant down a little bit because you were playing him at full, but I just couldn't get over there fast enough and I didn't have the reach for it. And what was it? I think you hit my Deadpool and Elsa once and they survived, and I think you tried to follow up, but I dodged out of it a couple times because you tried to hit me with like 3 different pieces.
Yes.
And I barely skated away. So, and I think Sky Tyrant finally then came because I tried to sidestep through the door to get away to get back to Jeff to heal, and then Sky Tyrant came and cleaned me up after that. So then both Jeff and Deadpool and Elsa were dead. And yeah, Sky Tyrant was he just ran through the corridors just murdering things.
Yeah, and with the all black, like Carnage didn't have. Poor Looper didn't have any experience with Sky Tyrant.
Oh yeah, he learned.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
He didn't know anything about him.
Not at least not with the Necro. Like normal Sky Tyrant is like, okay, that's manageable. Not with the Necro. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna die.
No, that was a lesson. And then Catwoman took off the motorcycle from Sasquatch and something else too. Is it trick arrows or?
Yeah, he dropped. No, they died, so they just dropped the arrows. But he stripped that, and what else did she take? She took the soul gem off of Doomsday later, but for me, she took off my hell cycle. So like Doc was just walking around carrying the cycle for a while because I'm like, I just don't have time to re-equip this thing.
And then
so then I ended up backing up Looper because I was like, well, she has her whole team right here, and it's just Carnage and Sasquatch, and I'm like, well, she's gonna have a hard time killing me, so I'm just gonna buff Carnage, and hopefully he'll murder things. So I would like perplex something on Carnage, and then outwit something with my outwit when I had it. So we were just trying to like slowly pick away at Christine, but it was like
you two mean boys just picking on a little old woman like me.
It felt like David and Goliath, except Goliath won.
It was like watching like a John Wick movie.
Yeah.
Actually, Dan got trapped in the hallway with Baba Yaga. And Christine was just killing everybody.
I was terrified. I'm like, I'm happy that I have a guy that doesn't die easily. That was my only saving grace. Was like, oh, I'll have at least like 3 lives. So
by that point, Ollie had taken his Etrigan and then tried to act like he was doing stuff. He was just kind of chilling in the back.
Yeah, he was down
Just
to
watching
Etrigan. Looper lost Carnage, and then how many resurrection tokens did you have? I know it was at least 7.
I had 9 at one point.
9. So she got
and
the 9.
And that's not including like the ones from. I didn't get any off of Dan's Doc Sasquatch.
Right, so she KO'd Doc Sasquatch 5 times, and
6,
only got
actually,
1. So 6, and did not get 5 resurrection tokens from that alone, right there.
Yeah, so despite the fact that people saying I wasn't playing, I killed Commissioner, I killed Lysa Drac, and then I thought discretion was the better part of valor with Doomsday, and I made myself scarce. So it was just outside of where he could get to me, And I figured if Harris wanted to pursue it, at least I'd get one turn with an outwit from Dario Agger. And at that point, Blackheart did not hit a leadership roll to the back half of the game. Like, not one. I did not have a guard most of the time. That was the other reason why I wasn't getting super aggressive, because I didn't have mastermind fodder. So they finally started coming, and then they pretty much consistently were there the rest of the game for me, which was nice. So.
And then, like, mid-game, you were on one back hallway heading towards the middle, and then Harris was in the middle of the map heading towards the middle, and then I was in the other hallway heading towards the action by Christine. And so I got close enough, and then, of course, Christine saw me and I think finished me off with Sky Tyrant and took out, was it Proteus and Murder Machine,
Yes,
and
Murder
then
Machine.
Venom Magneto was who I had left, I think. And only because you missed a roll, and then you finished him off next turn, I think. So that's where I was out. And then
And the heart-shaped herb, which had traveled all across the board.
yeah. I was planting bushes everywhere, and it just got to be a little too much on everybody. Dan,
So-
what was your last piece that was alive?
That would be the doctor. I'm pretty sure. I think he was my last piece because Moman got chewed too. So because he wasn't really doing anything, he was like he got hit to like his prob clicks, and I was just trying to help people like hit things because I'm like I can't do anything with him. And I think it was just Doc. He was just there, not because he's on leap climb when he doesn't have the bike, so he can't move and attack. So I was just kind of sitting there, just taking punishment, just hoping to live.
Just another Saturday for you, Dan, huh?
Yeah, hey, I was happy about it. I revived 5 times. It was fine. The green door was open all day.
Miles, was there anything behind the green door?
Oh.
Let me in so I can find out what's behind the green door.
Great.
What is behind the green door?
So yeah, after Carnage and Doc Sasquatch teamed up on Sky Tyrant, they lost. I got knocked out, and then it was Doomsday in the middle with the Soul Gem. Christine was able to strip that off of him, and then it came down to what was the deal with you and Harris? Neither of you guys wanted to commit on the other one, and then Christine came in and was able to take Harris out, or Harris went towards Christine?
No, Harris figured out he could get to Christine. And so he kind of went that way. I mean, I really that was probably the biggest chicken thing is I ran like right next to the storm and was willing to wait a turn and clear my characters to get back into the fight. So that was definitely an act of cowardice, but I'm okay with it. So after Harris and Christine engaged, I moved back in to engage. So.
And not for nothing, but my boy Jeff took out Doomsday.
Oh, that's right. Jeff always punching up above his weight class. Took out Doomsday for the final blow.
It was like a 9 on like a 17. It was like not like an unreasonable roll, but Jeff got him some and then rolled like a ridiculous blades roll to do
Yeah, I think he hit the 6 on the blades. It's just like, hey, Doomsday, here, just hold this for me.
So then that knocked out Harris. And then how did Etrigan finally go?
Oh, Etrigan came in later. Then Christine and I started fighting.
Oh, no.
I was just able
Oliver tried to come back and stab Christine in the back, remember?
Yeah, he did.
And then you energy exploded him twice.
Yeah, that was after I was able to energy explode. I think I got rid of Jeff. And I did some damage to Catwoman. And I took a couple tokens off of Sky Tyrant. And then the guards really did a bunch of work on Sky Tyrant. Like, I had 2 turns with, like, Flurry, like, right next to him.
Blackheart's such a great piece.
He is a great piece. So I could space it out. I knew Christine had something to go and do, and so I didn't want to leave the room and continue to run. So Ollie finally decided to get involved. And you never know what he's going to do. So when he ran up to stab Christine in the back, I was like, oh. And then there was a crit hit energy explosion on, I think it was Tyrant, or was it Cat? It was Catwoman with Ollie's Etrigan behind him. So they both got chewed up from that.
Yep.
And then eventually it was just a matter of, she was on her deceased clicks. And so even though she could hit Blackheart down, like, he was just going to survive with the Soul Sword no matter what, because she couldn't strip his equipment anymore.
No, but Catwoman went out, like, gloriously. It was one of those where just, like, all the, like, dots aligned randomly.
Oh, yeah. No, I got very fortunate towards the end there. That absolutely, if Catwoman got to Blackheart, it was a totally different game at the end.
Yeah, I missed a couple
So that's why.
too.
Yeah.
It was still fun. Like, the end was a ton of fun, too. The whole day was honestly just, like, such a blast.
I mean, for the longest time, I thought you had it. I was like,
Yeah.
after Looper and I tried to like double team you to try to whittle you down, and you just mowed us down anyway. I was like, I think I know who's got this one in the bag.
Yeah.
Can't catch your chickens
Yeah,
before
that's
they hatch, right?
So it ended up being just Blackheart versus Sky Tyrant, right? And Sky
No, versus Catwoman.
Oh, it's Catwoman was the last
Catwoman.
one standing? Oh,
Yeah,
I totally missed
she
that
hit.
part.
Yeah, she hit above her weight class like all day.
MVP.
She was great.
And honestly, not for nothing, doing the hitting Etrigan at the same time and getting Blackheart to take the one Mystics damage to get outwit is what saved his butt against Catwoman, because I could outwit her attack power, so she couldn't strip it. And then I got another guard. So he at that point with guards, he's attacking twice every turn.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just attrition at that point.
Yeah, too much at the end. It was another
But
fun
you know,
one.
like the great modern philosopher, American philosopher, Macho Man Randy Savage once said, "The cream always rises to the top."
The cream. And let me point.
Okay. So yeah,
But
congrats
if you can beat
to Pete.
Christine in Monster, you have done something, because she has that might be the only Monster game I've ever won, actually.
No,
Because
you
there's
won
been
last
years
year
where
We won
Christine-
last year, yeah. Were
Oh,
Ollie
did
and I
I?
on
I
a
could-
team together last year?
with Thanos.
Yeah.
Or no, that was his first one that he did by
No,
himself.
that was not me.
No,
I played
that was
Thanos and Cosmic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Pete played Thanos again last year for Monster, and it came down to him versus Blade with a bajillion rally die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. But I mean, there's been years, like there was one year where we played before we had the bigger games where Christine like killed my team like turn 3, like my whole team.
That was the
It was
shortest
so
game we ever
bad.
played.
Oh, it was just such a brutal way to murder it was like a crit hit energy explosion with like some tarot up where my whole team was just dead. I had like Mole Man left or like a Wendigo, and I couldn't do anything because I couldn't get near anybody. So
Yeah, congrats, Pete. It was seriously, it was fun. The end was fun.
thank you.
And then I'll be doing a video for these monthly events going forward, and starting a cut for this one this week. And if you haven't gotten a chance to check out last month's, it's up on our YouTube, so please go check that out and subscribe while you're there.
And please make sure that you include your interview at the beginning so everybody gets to witness
my
that
gosh.
gloriousness.
It'll all be there. All right, and then the last part for this is the listener questions, but we're going to say goodbye to Christine, so thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys, and congrats on the podcast. It's been so fun to listen to and to like watch it evolve and everything. So yeah, just congrats and thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.
Well, since you are on here, there is actually good content tonight, so thank you for coming on.
Oh, you guys have a great rest of the night, okay?
All right, bye.
All right, bye.
You too, bye.
All right, going into the listener questions.
Your ass better call somebody.
Matt Vanderloop wants to know, you get to make a click set out of any property. What do you pick and what's your Ultra Chase? This one was pretty easy for me. I went right for Mortal Kombat, and I thought the Ultra Chase could be Dan Forden. He's that guy that'll pop up into the corner and say Toasty on, I think it started with MK2 and then going forward. So some kind of like sideline trade of something happens when a crit hit gets rolled or like 5 clicks of damage or something, he pops out on the map. I think that would be kind of neat.
This is a phenomenal question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, though, Miles.
I like the Ultra Chase edition.
I actually, yeah, that's so I'm gonna have to go with the Hanna-Barbera Alex Toth, and the Ultra Chase. The Ultra Chase has to be Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
That'd be great too. Daniel, do you got something?
I honestly, I forgot about it, but it was like my first instinct was like, oh, Street Fighter would be dope, but we already have that. Can I just have like a good Street Fighter set? Because that last set wasn't great.
Oh, how old is that now? You can't even. I've looked at them so many times in the monthly games. They're not even playable.
No, it's very, very, very old.
Even at half off.
That or I guess if I had my secondary, like an actual one, it'd probably be Gundam because we already had the kaiju. I'd love some Gundam figures, the single base colossals or something. That'd be fun.
And then what?
I really I really have thought about this a lot, and because this is a great question, and I would have to go with something very simple, but I would go Star Wars, but I would also include the comic books of Star Wars, like the Dark Empire and stuff like that, because there were so many in the books, like Grand Admiral Thrawn, and all those things. But if I could have an Ultra Chase, I mean, it would have to be Emperor Palpatine, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, yeah,
Oh,
adding the books is so smart because I want Lobaka. I'm sure a lot
yeah.
of Star Wars fans aren't too familiar with Lobaka, but give
I
me
mean,
that bronze lightsaber.
how fun would it be to run like an Assassin's team with like Boba Fett and like Bosk and like those guys? Like that would just be
So good.
amazing. Yeah.
Get a lightsaber as an equipment. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a ton you could
Jabba
do
the
with
Hutt
that
as a
set.
multi-base character. I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it. And you could even include the ships. I think like you could get like the Millennium Falcon and TIE fighters and stuff like that. Like I think there's a lot there. Obviously, that's a huge property, but Disney owns it.
Yeah.
Hit those DMs, guys. We got ideas. Let's go.
Question 2, what kind of lunch do you recommend players to prepare for themselves at big, long events? I think we're always known for having a stash of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's our go-to.
Yeah, the
Something-
Uncrustables. That's what I do. I just could buy a box of Uncrustables, let them thaw
Something-
out in the fridge, and good to go.
Yeah, something packing some sugar, but a lot of protein is normally what I go with. So just the sugar to get the brain going, and then the protein, so you're just not sitting there thinking about, I need this game to get over so I can go get something to eat.
Dan, do you have anything?
For which question? I'm sorry.
What do you recommend for lunch at big, long events?
When I'm smart, I usually try to pack like at least a sandwich and a piece of fruit or something. I just something with some kind of sustenance, because usually I need something to keep my brain going for like an all day event, because it's the mental fatigue is real. So like I need something to keep me going.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, honestly, to bring stuff because you only get so much time between the Swiss and Top Cut, and so running around, going to a fast food place isn't the best way to spend that time, I don't think.
No, I'm definitely planning to do it for states and everything else too. Even though I'm judging our states, I'm still planning to just bring food so I can, just eat on the fly.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Wes Robertson asks, what event or aspect of Red, White, and Clix are you looking forward to the most? I think I'm excited for Modern. There's already, what did I say, 65 people, so it's going to be a great turnout. But you don't really get to do 3v3 that much, so that's kind of an opportunity that doesn't present itself too frequently. So I'm probably looking more forward to that. And it's something I'll be able to do with Oliver, so that's kind of special.
I'm not able to go, but I think the whole event is very, very exciting now that we've seen it all unfold. So congratulations to Wes on getting this together.
Yeah, I'm not able to go either, but I'm really looking forward to seeing who gets the grand prize to become the guest on Tide to Tide. That's what I'm looking forward to, and actually to see where the modern meta is. So
Yeah, this will be the biggest event, I think, post rotation, right?
Yeah, post Worlds.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going. So I still am really excited for Modern, but it is my teammates that are making me more excited for the 3v3 because I have Dalton and Looper, and if anybody has ever met Dalton, you know what I mean.
That's a great team. That's a fun team to play with. Those guys.
And Looper said this is his first team sealed, so I get a greenhorn and I get Dalton, and that's just guaranteed to just be a good time. So I'm just excited to play with them and see how we do, and see like how we mesh. So that'll be fun for me. That's something I'm definitely looking forward to, and I mean that with like the best intentions. Like they're both good players, but their personalities are both wildly different. So that'll be very interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah,
And not for nothing, Matt's still pretty new, and he's really picked up like quick. So I'm anxious to hear how you guys do.
Oh yeah, I meant Greenhorn in the sense of he's never done a 3v3. No, he's grown so much as a Clix player. It's been really awesome to see him. Like I played him last night, and it was so cool to see him. Like from when I met him initially and he started coming to events to now, it's like night and day.
And Dalton's a great partner. Like that dude just loves HeroClix, so he will give you all kinds of ideas and stuff when you're getting teams together and that. So it's fun to play with Dalton. And Dan, you're a good partner too, and handsome, and charming, and the king of the two fingers.
It's a lot of things.
And he knows the secret behind the green door. So yeah, Dan is definitely the number one teammate.
Jeez, okay, I got a reputation to live up here now, and oh, that's rough.
You and Marilyn Chambers behind the green door. That's
All right, this one should be fun. So this is for Dan and Pete. Ryan and Miles refuse to accept the awesomeness that is time dilation Spider-Man. Are either of you enlightened enough to help me build around this Spider-Man so I can go to Wisconsin States and school Ryan in his own house?
Good luck. That's a kill on sight piece for Redmond. You have to, honestly, if you're going to build him, you have to be able to protect him from outwit. Because if he gets outwitted, he's dead, and you got to figure out some way to get his damage up because he's annoying but doesn't do enough to. You have to have some way of healing him, so support or something. And I'd probably put the power gem on him, and then really consider maybe Galactus.
Well, you can't.
That would be
You couldn't equip him then.
Yeah, you can't do both.
Good luck, man. Listen, Wes, bring it, make it happen. But I'm telling you,
okay. Hear me
piece,
out.
I love that piece, but it gets
I'm changing
killed.
my tune. I'm changing my tune. All right, you're gonna get Starbrand, and Starbrand is going to have the Arc Arms. You're gonna have Spider-Man with the Power Gem, and you're gonna choose Spider-Man to get Flurry from Starbrand. So then now he'll be dealing 6 damage twice.
Dan, any advice? You played time dilatation Spider-Man so effectively that most of us hate that piece now. So what would you do with him?
So I paid the 30 points for the gauntlet to just give him protected outwit and pulse wave. That is my recommendation, just because you need the protection for him, because I love that piece. He is awesome, I will say that, but I do not think he is your tent pole that you are trying to build around as your primary attacker. He is there to be as annoying as possible because he is incredibly hard to hit, and you're just going to infuriate people, which is exactly what I did. But for 5 more points, I can get Prime Spidey. I know he's not silver, but 10 out of 10 times, I will turn to that piece for the 5 extra points when I can get him with the symbiote versus time dilation, because things can't hurt you when they're dead, and Prime Spidey does that a lot better, unfortunately.
How many? You got to play him for many hours in one of the keyworded games. How did he go for you? Did he make a lot of good plays and killed a lot of things? Did a lot of damage?
He did his job, which was to be annoying, and that was the best part because you couldn't kill him.
How many victory points do you get for being annoying?
It was a moral victory. It was not anything about victory points, so that was what I took it as.
Okay.
I would say look at Spider-Man Family if you're going to seriously do it.
Yeah.
And obviously Madam Web, piece of crap piece. And, maybe Arachnite, and then kind of build out from there.
Well, hopefully that's enough of that, and he gets off of time dilation Spider-Man because he's terrible. Anyone want to help him out at all, or no?
No, because the thing is, if you make him more lethal, he's gonna die. So you need to beef his protection, and then he's not really killing things. So
I just did. If you give Starbrand with the Arc Arms with Flurry, power action, give him Flurry. Now he gets +1 to all of his stats, so he's now at 21 up close, 4 through 6 senses. He's dealing 14 for 6 twice with a 6 square charge.
I mean, I don't disagree with that statement, but you're paying 160 points for that, and then all I have to do is outwit his senses, shoot him, and he's dead.
Can you do Avengers with him?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, Avengers would be a good one to look at too then.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to go into it, you can go into it, but like that's his biggest weakness is you outwit his senses and you just shoot him and you shoot him. That is.
I just think Trash Can Spidey's a better investment for him than him.
There's a
Or-
long list
Yep.
of things that are a better
15 less
investment than
points.
him.
Or Bombastic Bagman, you build out Fantastic Four. There's good pieces
Yeah,
in
Mastermind.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Mastermind Lockjaw.
All right. Well, moving on, because I'm not going to talk about him anymore, is Mork Bird. Mork asks, while on the subject of CURs for Black Panther, what do you each feel are going to be some of the new contenders for Pulp Modern meta from this set? We're going to be recording our CUR set review shortly, and that'll be out later this week. Did you guys have any specific CURs that stick out?
I think I'll hit it during the review, so just stay
Yeah.
tuned for that.
Yeah, pay
Yeah,
attention
same
to
here.
that.
Yep.
And then he also asks, how excited are you for the confirmed return of God Packs in Black Panther? Am I the only one who wishes the colored plastic contained... We got a colored plastic container like Disney Plus to help hype a booster on opening telling you if it's a God Pack. So I don't think they really exist though, right? It was like a deity or a God Squad theme booster. You do get 2 chases,
Yeah,
which is still cool, but it's not like God Packs that people refer to where you're getting like 5 chases or 4 chases in a prime.
Yeah, I mean it's still
But it
cool.
does come with something that's never been put in a booster before, which I hope is
Legacy
we
card,
can
right?
get the legacy card and boosters.
I agree with changing the color of the plastic for something like that. I actually was able to open a God Pack during Disney Plus, and it is pretty amazing when you tear open the box and there's that blue outlined plastic, and you're like, "Oh my God, that just happened."
Yeah, that
So,
absolutely needs
I
to
think
We
return.
have one of Wheels of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Too. We have the orange booster for Wheels of Vengeance, which is awesome.
But that was just a Hero Glow theme, right? That wasn't a God Pack, right?
No. Well, most of the time it was because it wasn't a God Pack, but it came with like a chase, a super rare. It was like
It was still a good,
glow,
yeah, it was a
glow
good
pack
one.
that came with chases.
But I think
I like when they
No,
do that stuff.
The colored booster.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it should absolutely return. And then my least favorite person now is Recyclops Stroot, who decided to write in again. So, Bizzed Recyclops here once again. First question. What are your thoughts on people marking up legacy pieces to ungodly prices before a legacy card is even shown?
I think we need a Jim Cramer of like HeroClix economy, where somebody just does it and they're like buy, sell, sell. Because the Clicks economy is hilarious to me. Like we're already seeing pre-hype pricing on this. I think somebody bought the one chase. Oh, what is the name of it? 100.1
Oh, the Hadori Yao, the storm.
for like $300 on eBay. And if that's something you really, really want, then I guess if you can do it. But I don't feel like that piece is better than like an Ultra Chase Mephisto or Ultra Chase Thanos, which is going for similar pricing. So
well, he's specifically asking for legacy figures before legacy cards are shown. Yeah, I mean, it happened. What my favorite one was it Beyond Amazing with Peter the Hunter, where someone actually bought it for $500.
Yeah, that one was wild.
That is, I mean,
And
you
then he
can't
came
blame
out.
the person selling it. The guy that bought it. I mean, come on, if someone's going to pay you $500 for a piece, like you're not going to say no.
No.
It
I
does
agree.
suck that those pieces become like ridiculously high because everyone's like, oh, someone bought it for 500. I'm going to sell mine, and it's like that's really not how it works.
That's the only downside
I-
to it, honestly.
I like legacy pieces and legacy cards. I think it's one of the things that they've gotten really, really right to give value. Like the silver obviously is the forever kind of format, but I like that stuff bringing those pieces back into modern. So I enjoy them a lot. So if somebody's going to pay you that much for a piece, good for you for getting it. But I would personally never throw that kind of cash down on something until I saw the card.
Yeah, there's too many legacy cards that just aren't super competitive that aren't even going to break $20. And then he also asks about lunch that we already answered. And then question 3, isn't it strange we've never seen Aquamiles and Miles Kane in the same room? They must have very different schedules. Also, where can I order some of that sweet pre-workout powder from? Miles, do you know the answer to that?
Well, yeah, I don't live in Atlantis. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And yes, you can buy them at d-generation-clicks.printify.me. You can also get our exclusive Monster Month 2024 Behind Dan's Green Door underwear. So they're hot sellers. They come currently in 7 sizes. That could change because I know that we're almost out of 3XL and extra small. So,
And
get 'em
not
while
for
you can.
nothing, I purchased them. I'm counting on them to be the marital aid that I expect them to be. When my wife sees me in those, there will be no containing her.
That's a great promo. I think that everybody should order a pair of those.
Yeah, they should. If you want to have Dan's name embezzled blazed on it, whatever the word is, I'm drawing a blank. You can do that
Bedazzled.
too. We have 2 options. Yep,
Ooh.
the Dan dazzled.
I didn't
yeah,
know that
it's
Big Dan Dazzled was a thing. I would have done
yeah,
that.
bedanzled. Yep, it's it's a green door with 2 fingers on your crotch. I mean, that's kind of a win-win. If you think that you're not having luck with the ladies, these are your answer.
And then his last question is, I'm going on a date soon. Should I match my hair color and my shirt color?
Well, I think I just answered it for you. I think you need to order a pair of these Monster Month 2024 Behind Dan's Green Door underwear. You can guaranteed.
It'll give you
To
the
get
confidence you need, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Peter Marsh.
Congratulations on the date. I don't have anything else to say. Sure, match it, your hair color to your shirt.
Peter Marsh.
As long as
Come on, let's get on. This is dumb.
As long as
Dumb.
it's the vest.
Stupid
It's a
question.
vest. You need blue hair with a blue vest. Okay, I'm done.
All right, going on to Peter Marshfield. Do you guys feel that your monthly championship games have helped better allow you to assess your teams for Silver Age? So I definitely think that it makes us much more aware of pieces that we might see in Silver, which I think is an advantage. Every month, I think we kind of go down the line when we're building just for any specific keyword. And I even go down to Golden Age a little bit and then just kind of see pieces and see what they do. Anything that's like unique kind of sticks out in our minds. And I kind of just keep that in the back of my mind, and eventually it'll hopefully make a team, even if it doesn't get played that month that I find it in. How do you guys go about that? Do you think it helps Silver Age at all for you?
I mean, for sure, a little bit. You always get the big heater pieces every month, right? So there's always that. Then my strat is always, okay, well, I look at what DC figures fit this keyword for this month, and then I go, okay, well, what thing is Harris going to play that's going to attack me when I least expect it?
That's important.
I think it definitely helps. It's also, two things that are huge in that format that we play is things with board-wide effects. Like, just absolutely humongous. Like, any dice manipulator comes up big those months. Saturnine has played out big so many times. So it's great to go back and find pieces that are that, like, we weren't playing at the time. So it's caused me to buy a bunch of Golden Age stuff that I probably keep thinking I'm going to play. And then I just keep accumulating my collection. So I like it a lot.
And then what is your favorite character representation of a character variant? So examples of like Warp World, Venomized, Spider-Man Family, and do you feel the character design fits the character in the story? I think the Venomized stuff is some of my favorite stuff. I'd buy any character that's Venomized, and eventually I hope we get an actual Venom symbiote equipment that adds Venom to the name of the character and then also gives the character the symbiote keyword.
Would be interesting. I'd have to say it's more like the Elseworlds or What If versions. As a comic book fan, like I love those alternate versions. Some are better than others for design wise. There's a few that I think that really nailed the character. Perfect example is probably going to be the KC figures. I think it was from the chases from was it World's Finest and 15th Anniversary. I thought they handled a lot of those characters great. The way they handled King Aquaman, with especially on his 20-point line where he doesn't move, he just does his little water thing, and then the Green Lantern, I think was well represented.
My favorite version of characters, I like Elseworld stuff too. My favorite theme of stuff like that, like representation, was probably the Doom Swap. I just enjoyed the mechanic, and I enjoyed all the different variations of Doctor Doom. So I like that type of stuff.
Easiest one for me is obviously like I like the Venomized stuff too, but I like some of the Elseworld stuff they're starting to do with characters where we're getting like an alternate version of a character. I would say I lean more like Marvel stuff, especially with the comeback of the Ultimate Universe in Marvel. I'm excited to see what they do with that. So
We need a new Ultimate set. We need a new Ultimate set.
well, they just revived it, so I would give it a couple
I know.
years.
We just I'm waiting for it. Yeah, give me that old Ultimate Hulk back, baby.
And then his next question is, the jerky is not a hard promise, and the hard part will be to make sure I have some for you when we meet up. Well, unfortunately, Peter, you're too far in now, and so you're going to have to deliver on that one. No going back.
Well, yeah. He said it's not a hard promise, which means it's an easy promise. So, I mean, it sounds like it's for sure coming.
Oh,
Because the opposite of a hard promise is an easy promise. So,
Peter, you don't want to make the news for being a jerky non-provider. a going back on your jerky, a little bit of a jerky because you didn't give the jerky. Yeah.
Yep, the biggest jerky in clicks.
And
Peter
then,
Jerkfield.
his last one. All right, now for a controversy. Rank your top 3. Oh, I did not read 3, so I just have 1.
I did not.
Of the following. Did you not read it too? I
I
have
saw
one.
it only as 1, so yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
So beverage to drink while clixing. I always have an Ultra Monster on my way to Clix before round 1, and that is usually a peach Ultra Monster.
Yeah, I usually do. I used to be monsters. I have to go real easy on the energy drinks now. So I just get my coffee for the morning, and then I'll be drinking water or Mountain Dew.
I would go Monster energy drinks, coffee, and hop waters are amazing during Clix events.
Dang, you read this better than me too, and went with 3.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I would go tea without. Usually, it's typically like caffeineless tea or stuff with like low levels of caffeine because I, unlike the other 3 gentlemen here, can't actually have caffeine. I drink a lot of water, and it's a split between hop water and boba for my third. So
Man, I have to have so much caffeine every day, or I'm dragging.
I would be.
No, I have to have caffeine. I just can't have the energy drinks.
Oh.
I was gonna say, if I drank as much caffeine as you do, I'd probably keel over.
The next one is snack to eat with Clix. Usually, I don't eat till cut, so it's usually something easy like a Snickers bar or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be trail mix and Uncrustables.
I don't have a favorite snack. I like them all, but Snickers bars are amazing.
I guess my three favorite snacks are probably frozen grapes if I can get them, almonds or just something like that, and then my last one's gonna be a weird one. It's fry or like quick fried seaweed chips. They're amazing.
And then the least favorite food to see your opponent eating across from you. So this has forever been a salad for me. I remember the first big event that I went to at Origins in 2019, and I only did BRs that event, and we were still pretty new at the time, but this one guy just kept stabbing his salad and stuffing his face full all game with just salad, and so that is burned into my head, and I hate that so much. But honestly, eating while you're playing is a huge pet peeve of mine, so don't be that person.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, I don't have a least favorite. I also don't have a favorite. I have just don't eat it. I think there's a huge difference from like, snacking, like trail mix or something like that. But like if you have like a McDonald's, like please just wait till the round's over and then scarf it down.
Yeah. Don't be that person.
I've never had anybody eat during a game. Like our big games, people kind of eat on their off turn.
Yeah.
But like not sit down across from me and eat. But I'd probably be a little negative if somebody had Taco Bell because I would just want to eat the Taco Bell the whole time we were playing.
Dan, did you have one?
Yeah, it would just be anything. Like, please don't eat during the game. That's all I ask. Like, we have things that are that can easily get dirty. Like, I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm a neat freak when it comes to my clicks. So like, if anything got on them, I'd just be very irritable about it because I try to keep them in like really good condition.
Can you imagine
So-
someone just eating like hot wings with their hands and like grabbing your clicks and just
That-
watching
I
Dan
feel like
melt
that
down?
happens.
That's definitely happening.
Yeah.
Oh my, that to me would I would have
I
a
have
hard time.
never
Like,
seen that happen, and I would just rage. But not, yeah, I'm right there with you. The only like if they're eating snacking, on trail mix or something like that, I don't
Yeah.
really think it's a problem. But like, yeah,
No.
if I see someone eating hot wings,
Like,
I'm gonna
even
call
like
a judge over instantly
even
and
like
say, you know
the
what, you need to just have him concede
like
because
I just imagine like the worst version of like the Cheeto dust on your fingers and just like touching everything, and then
Just
it's
a
all
yeah.
See,
and it's
giant
all-
dollop of hot sauce and blue cheese hitting the board.
for some
Yeah.
reason, that's just not on people's radar, and they just feel like it's totally okay to do that, and then roll dice and get it all over your map and on your pieces, and that does happen. It's not that
Yeah.
far fetched.
And that would irk me very much because I like to keep my stuff like clean and tidy, and it would just like that would just very.
I
much-
would honestly, like as a judge,
frustrate
like
me.
I would honestly like not allow that and say, there's a difference between snacking. Like you can do it between rounds because that's you're not just messing with your stuff, you're messing with other people's stuff, and I hope other judges agree. 'Cause
I'm
that's
just picturing somebody
no.
with like a whole Thanksgiving dinner, just pulling it out next to their Clix box, just putting the cranberry sauce on everything and just going to town.
No, it's happening. I'm doing it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be that guy at Worlds next year.
All right, his
Just a
last
full
Sorry,
turkey,
his,
just a full turkey leg, just
Yeah.
eating it with one hand.
Yep.
his last
So,
one is
yep.
best smoothie to drink with a glizzy straw. I think it's got to be just a chocolate or something, right?
That's pina colada.
It just sounds disgusting.
The answer is
What do
if
you-
it's a glizzy straw, all of them. They're all good to drink with a glizzy straw.
I actually drink a glizzy straw. I actually have drank a pina colada with a glizzy straw just to prove a point.
I don't actually
Amazing.
know what that is, so I'm a little
It's a hot
behind.
dog.
on that.
With a hole all the way through it, and you're using a hot dog as a straw.
Oh, it's the Aquamile special. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Aquamiles is a huge glizzy fan. Maybe there's a chance. I think he has an episode coming up. There is a chance that he could be having a drink with a glizzy straw his next episode.
I just remember him chowing on that freaking sausage in episode 1, and I was like, I wonder if
Yeah.
the guy likes these too.
He likes his food. Yeah, it's me and him having common.
If loving a glizzy straw is wrong, we're not going to be right. Okay.
No. Yep.
And then we got a question from Samuel Phoenix. What do you think of the non-standard terrain change for Pulp with vibranium equipment and characters like Scientist Supreme, Plunderer, or AIM agents that affect equipment or terrain in Pulp? Which we actually did not go over that. Do either of you, Dan or Miles, know? Because I know Pete doesn't know that.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. In the article, it said it's about having figures play as intended, and I realized the swords were extremely strong, but the entire of X of Swords were meant to be played with swords, and you weren't able to. And I understand that the new rules is it's not printed on the card, but to use the argument of to have it played like as intended, I think kind of defeats the purpose of Pulp.
But it's
I mean-
already terrible, so this can't make it worse.
Yeah, I know. No, that's
I don't-
literally it's at the point now where I'm like yeah.
I kind of want
no.
to see how it lands first, just because there is a ton of this in this set, and I wonder if they're doing more intra-set stuff where we might see more people that interact with, say, like vibranium, or just I'm not sure, so I'm curious.
It's just I don't like the fact that they're adding in these new things because the whole entire point of Pulp was to simplify it, and so now you're making these curve figures that do extra stuff that kind of gets away from the entire point of what Pulp was.
Yeah, I don't
That's
disagree.
where that's yeah.
I don't disagree with that. But I feel for the point of them being like somewhat incomplete figures, right? Because a lot of like what they do is dedicated to this.
We had an entire set plus a subset of the slop that were completely useless in Pulp.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
You
nothing
still
new.
paid 5 points for him, though.
Yeah, I understand that, but they weren't like if you look at like their point cost was intended to be with those swords, and so like they're useless without those swords.
Well, they're not. I wouldn't say they're necessarily useless, but they're definitely worse. Like the whole, like I think the whole point was you got the 5 points and it made them a lot better, but I don't think they were all useless. Like,
No, that's why none of them saw play. If you were allowed swords, I think that would have allowed play.
I think
All you
part
could
of
have done
that,
is
I
So
think
you
part
could
of
have
that
limited the
is
swords.
I'm gonna disagree there, and I think part of the pulp meta was just it being very restrictive because it was just like, hey, look, pulse wave. So then a lot of figures just don't matter, especially when you're getting pulse wave for 6, like by Deathstroke. So, like,
Well, absolutely no. They're still going to be. That's the problem, though, is that what this is gonna, what this is gonna bring. Yeah, it's
I
gonna.
mean,
Yeah,
I think part of that. Okay, I could see that, but like, I will hard say that the uncommon storm from the slop is still great without a sword. Charge, giant reach, 3 quake, exploit for 45 points with stealth, and her rally die is really good.
no, I'm not saying that. No, I'm just saying some of these figures, like with these equipment that they come in, I think is gonna where we're gonna get the problems by giving people, the +1 damage, +1 attack. Like that's where I just think that it's adding too much to what's supposed to be a simple format.
I think it's fine. And if somebody can carry around a heart shaped herb bush for 5 hours of a day, like Redmond did the other day, they should be applauded.
Oh, those won't be allowed.
Oh, well, never mind. Then I'll hate it. Just kidding. It's part of the game. That's what they're doing. So we'll see how it plays out. I think giving more access to pieces in pulp is part of one of the things that are good. But pulp, because it's a limited format, you'll always have better pieces that are just going to hit the table more often.
Yeah, no, it's just the precedent that it sets to where now like future sets and everything when it's where it can cause more problems.
I hope there is more things like this, and then maybe it'll be a little bit more interesting. So there.
As long as it's balanced and not broken.
Is there a vibranium equipment that gives +1 damage? I thought it was just attack and defense.
It's Shuri that does. So she takes the vibranium off your sideline and gives you equipment based on them. She can give you either +1 attack or +1 damage or
I
something.
thought it was
like that.
defense.
No, it's damage.
No.
It's damage and attack.
Is there someone else that has defense then?
Yeah.
No.
She does. It's armor is the +1 to defense, and weapon is +1 to attack.
Oh, okay. Where's the damage coming from then?
Damage is the weapon. That's +1 damage. Armor is defense +1.
Oh yeah. So sorry, defense or damage is one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah, not attack, but yeah.
So it's like an impermanent empower enhancement. It's fine. Pulp's boring. All right, Garrick Schnathorst wants to know if the addition of 3D terrain like heart-shaped herb and vibranium, what other terrain would you like to see start showing up in 3D form? I personally love the potential. I thought a cool one, even though I am a Marvel fan, I thought Kryptonite would actually be pretty cool and all the different colors of that.
Yeah, and I also want DC, especially with the Lantern set coming out. I want a fridge.
A fridge?
Fridge, what?
Yes. It's I don't know if Pete gets it. So what happened is Kyle Rayner I forgot who he's facing, but they kill his girlfriend and they put her in the fridge. And so it's become a trope in comics called the fridge.
Wasn't it Major Force?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. No, I got it. I got you. I would be fine with the fridge.
Yeah, it's a trope in 99. Yeah, it's called Women in Refrigerators. It's a comic trope.
Oh, I guess the easiest one I can equate is like Uru metal. So.
Yeah, that would be a good one too.
I think the Kryptonite's a good idea.
Yeah, I like the Kryptonite actually because I didn't know too many DC equivalents. I'm like, Kryptonite's pretty much the easy suspect.
But
yeah, that'd be perfect too because like just when you think Kryptonian's good, Kryptonite comes here and just makes him useless.
They were so close. No, I really do like the 3D terrain though, so I think if they make more stuff like this, I'd be happy with it.
Yeah, I actually do like the 3D terrain stuff. It's pretty neat.
Then he actually added about Fabian Cortez that we were talking about in the mission point teams. He said that his overload trait from last episode, he's good on a heavy mind control team. Being able to overload the person you mind controlled means there's little consequences in doing so. So actually, as soon as I read that, I went and looked at his card. I didn't realize that you could do that if he was adjacent to the mind controlled character. So that would actually be pretty cool. And I'm probably going to try to pull that off on a weekly game now.
Oh yeah, that's true because you become friendly and then therefore he can just. That's actually interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to choose like before or anything. It just is when a friendly character is attacking that's adjacent, so you can do it on the spot. So yeah, I actually like that idea quite a bit. So
Oh, I see. If I see you pulling that off, I know what I'm killing first. I'm like, oh nope, he's dying.
I think his keywords are pretty bad, aren't they? It's like what Alkalites and maybe Brotherhood.
Where?
Yeah,
Which,
it's,
which set is he
Sword
from?
and sword.
butterfly swap.
Oh
Does
yeah.
he get look at for butterfly swap with the heavy mind control team?
I mean, he might.
And silver.
Yeah.
But that's a lot to set up though, because you got to get him next to the mind controlled character. I mean, that's the only downside, right? Is you're putting him in the
that. Yeah, that's. It's a lot to look at, but it's like that'd just be hilarious. You mind control someone and they just take that. Yeah.
Here's 3 unavoidable because I overloaded you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
We've had monthly games where Mephisto handed out a friggin' scroll to somebody when it wasn't their choice. So, Garrett, if you can pull this off, go for it, man. I think it's a cool idea.
I think.
I
It's
mean,
cool,
granted, like I thought people made the deals for those scrolls though. It wasn't just hey, here's one. It's
No, when they're not friendly to your team, you can just make deals for scrolls. Evidently,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's what
Read the
happened to
power.
me.
Read the power.
That is true. Yeah.
If you don't want to sign it, I'll make you sign the contract. All right, we have Illuminati, cookies or brownies. I think that's cookies all day.
Brownies, man. If they homemade brownies, that's it.
I would say both, and hear me out. You take the corner
Cookie
brownie,
brownies?
and you
Oh,
get
that's
some
fine.
whipped cream, and you put the cookie right on top, and now you've got the best of both worlds.
The corner brownie?
Yeah, brownie.
Oh yeah, with
The corner of the brown.
Yeah.
Oh, the edges.
That's great. Oh,
Yeah.
You guys are weird. Go for the middle one, the most middle brownie possible. But
Good,
cookies
take
are still
that.
gonna be better.
Leave me the edges.
All right.
I'm a huge edger, so I love it.
Miles, we know you're an edgelord. Okay, we know.
And then last is Ryan Bookwood wants to say, rest in peace, Black Lantern Superman. That is the best news I've heard all day. Long live Black Lantern Swamp Thing. So congrats to Ryan Bookwood on playing a good piece and getting over a bad piece.
Proud of him.
That's going to wrap up this episode. Stay tuned. I guess in a couple days we'll have our set review out for the CURs for Black Panther. So see you then.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for ya!
Click it!